university, I get the privilege of exploring questions about the integration of faith and historical thinking. What kinds of resources are available in the Christian tradition to help us gain a better understanding of the past? What is providential history, and why will it not play a role in the course? Sometimes I leave the lecture hall after the What is History lecture frustrated. I have only 50 minutes to make my pitch, and though I know that the meaning of history will come up again as we move through the course material for the semester, I wish I had the time to develop my thoughts more fully. This book is a response to my frustration. I hope you will utilize this book as an extended What is History lecture, a primer on the study of the past. My primary audience for the book is Christian college students who are studying history. But much of what I have to say is applicable to history students with other religious affiliations or none at all, and history students or buffs of any age. I also hope the book will be a resource for graduate students and college professors, especially those who are just starting to get their feet wet in the classroom or who are in the process of developing their own What is History lectures. Scholars, and especially those who specialize in historiography or the philosophy of history, will not find much that is new in this text, but I do think I have organized the material in a way that might prove useful for teaching. I have deliberately made an effort to blend the theoretical and the practical in a jargon-free, easily acceptable prose. Much of the scholarly work in historiography is so impregnable to the undergraduate mind that I am afraid it turns students off to the discipline. While I have not avoided complex ideas at the intersection of history and theory, I have largely downplayed them in favor of an approach that students will find useful. I hope that listeners will realize the importance of thinking like a historian, Chapter 1, and using the past responsibly in public life, Chapters 2 and 3. I have devoted considerable attention to the way Christians should think about the past, Chapters 4 and 5, how history can contribute to a healthy democratic society, Chapter 6, how history can deepen our spiritual lives, Chapter 7, and how the study of history prepares one for a variety of careers and vocations in an ever-growing and expanding marketplace, Chapter 8. An epilogue contains some thoughts about how the study of history might enrich and strengthen the witness of the Christian church in the world. In the end, rather than writing a defense of historical knowledge against postmodern critiques, or trying to decipher whether or not there is a distinctly Christian view of history, my focus is on the pursuit of history as a vocation. I hope I am able to win some converts. Let's begin. Chapter 1. What do historians do? What is history? Anyone who types this question into an internet search engine will discover an array of answers attributed to famous figures. Henry Ford famously said, "All history is bunk." Voltaire, the 18th century philosopher, believed that history is the lie commonly agreed upon. The American satirist Ambrose Bierce wrote that history is an account, mostly false, of events mostly unimportant, which are brought about by rulers, mostly knaves, and soldiers, mostly fools. In a quote that warms the heart of many historians, the Irish writer Oscar Wilde said, "Anyone can make history, only a great man can write it." Are those who do not remember the past condemned to repeat it? The Spanish philosopher George Santayana thought so, and so do thousands of Americans when asked why students should study the subject. What is the purpose of studying history? What do historians do? Does everyone who conducts a serious study of the past qualify as a historian? In my opinion, writes Pulitzer Prize-winning historian Gordon Wood, not everyone who writes about the past is a historian. Sociologists, anthropologists, political scientists, and economists frequently work in the past without really